Hello everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. So we're going to get into this live that Olivia did that was entitled, basically she blocked her new boyfriend. So we're going to see what she's talking about. Let's get into it.
Wait, you blocked your man? We're gonna get into it. Well, we gotta get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. All the mothers should support other moms, not tear them down. That's very true. That's very, very true. You know, that reminds me of what I see happening with you. Okay, I was just talking about Queen of Kings. Remember I told you guys about that channel that I just got into? But I've seen her before, and let me tell you something. I haven't really watched her channel. I've seen her reels, I've seen her shorts, and I've seen them on Instagram. I think I've seen her a bunch of places, maybe even on TikTok. But I recently saw that she had a YouTube channel, and then I just saw that she's in all this drama. I haven't really invested my time into watching what's really going on with her. But let me tell you something. I've seen a little bit here and there, snippets of what's going on. And it's routine what's happening to her. It's what happens to all of us when we reach a certain level of success on social media. Hold on. I think who is this calling me? Hello? Did you ignore me? No, did you? Did you? Yes or no? No, I responded to you, correct? Yes, I did. I texted you back. Because, hold on.
So Olivia is speaking about a YouTube channel called Queen of Kings, and it's a interracial couple who's married. They have a blended family, and they pretty much share their lives. I have been watching them just periodically for a little while. I started watching them last year. I kind of found them on Instagram. I kind of ran into some of their reels, and it just kind of went from there. I have not, like I said, been following them consistently, but I have heard some of the things that were going on recently and listened to some of the videos, not so much in depth, but just kind of just listening to bits and pieces of things that people felt were controversial, that Rose was saying and doing. Have you guys followed this channel? Like, do y'all follow this channel? Because I'm very curious. But anyway, this is the channel that Olivia is making mention of. Now, here's my position on what Olivia said about this. Pretty much comes with the territory if you reach a certain amount of subscribers. I will agree to a certain degree. I think to some degree, some people do target content creators who reach a certain plateau in subscribers on YouTube. But I also believe there are people like myself who do not specifically do commentary on people who only have reached that plateau. For example, when it comes to Olivia, I have been watching her ever since I didn't follow a lot of her content when they were the webs, but I did watch kind of more on the latter end all the way up until currently. And even at that point, I wasn't just watching consistently. I was watching bits and pieces. So I can't say that is all the way true. But again, I'm pretty sure there are people who target content creators who have a certain amount of subscribers. But, you know, like I said, when it comes to Olivia, whether she had 40,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, she would definitely be someone that I would do commentary on, for the simple fact it's just her decision making, her psyche, her story that she puts on here, and just the way she has carried herself over the years. Just leaves a lot of room for anyone to do commentary on. So Olivia receives a phone call from her djembe after, you know, her making mention prior to this phone call that she ended up having to block him and she was going to get into it. Now, I did cut out a lot of the dead space because she pretty much had her followers on mute for over 30 minutes while she was having this phone conversation with this dude. So now she's about to get into the why she blocked him.
I blocked him. I blocked my man today because let me tell you guys something. Let me back it up. Let me back it up. I have been through a lot. Okay? And I don't care what I'm going through in life. Let me tell you something. That is the power of healing. Okay? That is the great gift that comes with healing your soul. Healing from within. Is that you are not dependent. You're not codependent. You don't need nobody. You don't want nobody. You're 100% okay with you and being by yourself.
Once again, Olivia, you are just talking to be talking. Because by your own admission, you have admitted that you really have not healed. You're saying that the gift of healing, or, basically how you can determine whether or not if you've really healed, is you will not be dependent, you will not be codependent, you will not need anybody, you will not want anybody, and you're okay with being by yourself. By your own admission, you're not healed because you're guilty of all of these things that you just listed. You are very much dependent and codependent when it comes to your mother. You saying you don't need nobody, but you have not shown that you can take care of yourself and your children by yourself, not having to depend on your mother, not having to depend on your mother's husband's finances. You have not shown, Olivia, that you can do this solo. You're saying that you don't want nobody, but yet you're always coming on here talking about all these randoms that you are entertaining, you are giving your attention, and you just met another random who you ended up in a whole sexual relationship with within just a short time span of meeting. And now this is your boyfriend after a couple of weeks. And you're saying that you're okay with being by yourself? See, you're a whole contradiction because you came on here just a few months ago, a couple of months ago, a month ago, talking about how you are just enjoying your single life, that you enjoy being single, that you're choosing to be single. But you couldn't wait to hop into another relationship after speaking those same words. So, girl, once again, you're showing that you're just talking at this point. You don't mean what you're saying.
So, with that being said, I told him the other night when I was with him, when I made him the spaghetti, I told him that night, I said, you're going to promise me right now that you're never going to intentionally hurt my feelings. I understand. We might get in arguments. You might say some shit that you don't mean. That happens in the heat of the moment. You know what I mean? But intentionally means premeditated, means you're thinking of this ahead of time, so you know it's gonna hurt my feelings. He says he's an empath, so it's like you understand what hurts people's feelings. So you're not going to intentionally hurt my feelings because that is not okay. I wouldn't intentionally try to hurt you, so you're not gonna intentionally try to hurt me. I love myself too much. I've done too much work to let anybody come into my life, no matter how much I like them, no matter how good the D is, no matter how much I enjoy their whatever it is. I put myself first, okay?
Okay, sidebar. So I do find it interesting that the first meal that she cooked this dude was spaghetti. And the reason why I'm pointing that out right now is because in our Black culture, it is known that men should not eat spaghetti from a woman that they do not know. Like, that's been something that I have always heard for so many years, even when I was young, that is just something that a man should not do, a young man, whatever, unless you are actually married to that woman. Because there's a lot of suspicious stuff that can go on when it comes to a woman making a man spaghetti. Now, I'm not trying to say this is what Olivia did, but to those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know. Now, back to what Olivia just said. She says she told this guy to promise her that he will not intentionally hurt her. Now, I think it's fascinating that this was something that she had a conversation with him about. Not to say that it's anything wrong with her saying this to him, but you're telling this man to do this after the fact. After you've already slept with him, you still have trust issues, which is normal, it's expected because you don't know him. But it just shows once again you move very backwards. And yes, you definitely should put yourself first, but again, the way you've been moving, you really have not been putting yourself first, because if you're really putting yourself first, Olivia, you should care about your heart. You should care, like you care because you don't want to be hurt, but the way you're moving, you're not moving in a way that will give more protection to yourself from being hurt. You can't possibly believe that you can be just eliminated from any type of hurt from this man when you have moved the way you have. You literally gave this man your body first in a very short amount of time. You did not allow yourself to properly vet this man. I'm pretty sure you haven't done a background check on him. You have not spent enough time to really get into his psyche, to really see what type of individual he is, and vice versa. He's definitely hasn't done that with you. But if we're solely speaking from a standpoint of you trying to put yourself first and trying to avoid being hurt again, you definitely didn't move correctly with this situation.
And that's just how it's going to go from now on. And anybody who comes into my life is going to treat me as I want to be treated. And as I treat them too. I'm going to treat you with respect. You're going to treat me with respect. And that's the way this is going to go. Okay? And we're going to start this up from the jump. And I'm going to set the rules. And you're going to, follow them. And I will too. You understand? That is healing, y'all. Okay? That is healing. And no matter, like I said, no matter how much I like you, I will let you go. I'll say goodbye. Don't let the door hit you. And I wish you the best of luck in life. I don't have to hate you. I don't have to be mean to you. But I'm going to deuce out your life because you're not going to treat me any type of way.
I feel that Olivia tries so hard to convince people that she really is healed, that she puts this whole conversation of being healed in every situation where it's not necessary. Um, but according to her, she feels that if she treats you with respect and you treat her with respect, that is representing the fact that she truly has healed because she is able to treat you with respect. Now, I do know going more into this live, she makes mention of how she has been trying not to go back to her toxic ways. So, for that, I will give her some leeway to say, okay, I can kind of see why she's wanting to emphasize her being healed, if you will, in this regard. But treating someone with respect is just common decency. But it's definitely nothing wrong with making it very known in any relationship that this is what you demand. But if you're going to demand it, you better make sure you're giving it back as well.
As much as I like him, I will let you go. And that goes for anybody that enters my life. You could be a friend, you could be a man, you could be a family member, you could be anybody. If you don't treat me like respect, you have to go. So last night he called me. I couldn't talk to him at the time. Now, usually I could have ignored him. I could have just not texted him back. I could have just ghosted him. I could have just been like, whatever, I'll talk to you when I talk to you. But instead, when I was in my feelings, I took it upon myself to send him a text saying, I'll talk to you later. I can't talk right now. And he didn't text me back. I already knew he was going to get irritated by that, okay? Because he called me and then he texted me. And I didn't want to talk to him. So today, when I woke up, I was like, oh, okay, because he usually texts me in the morning, like real early, because he goes to work really early. He'll text me, and then around like going into the afternoon, the early afternoon, he'll call me and we'll talk. So he didn't call me or text me. So I was like, okay, he's probably irritated from last night. I understand. I kind of just, so I get it. So I texted him. I said, baby, I hope you have a really good day today. And that's it. He didn't text me. So I said, okay. I texted him back, oh, okay. Like 2 hours later after that text. And I put the thumbs like this. I said, oh, okay. I didn't get no text back. Okay. So then I called him. I FaceTimed him. No answer.
So basically, it's cool for you to be in your feelings and not want to talk to him, but he can't be in his feelings and not want to talk to you. Because he basically gave you the same energy you gave him. Now, you didn't share why you was in your feelings, but for whatever those reasons were, you didn't want to talk to him, regardless if you sent the text or not. And so, because he didn't show you the same attention that he normally does, because he was in his feeling, that's why you blocked him. Like, girl, you are so childish and so immature. It's not even funny. Like, what kind of sense does that make? It makes no sense, Olivia.
Okay. I'm still not gonna go into my toxic ways. I'm gonna be an adult and I'm gonna get an answer. Like I was like, I'm gonna get wow, I got some money. I was like, I'm gonna get an understanding with this man before I block him. I'm gonna get an understanding before I say deuces. I called him on the regular phone. He didn't answer. I called him again. No answer. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. That's okay. Blocked him. That's it. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't want to talk to me. You want to ignore me. I'm going to block you. That's it. And he just called me right now talking about, oh, that's what we're doing. He already knew he was blocked. I said, yeah. And I explained to him what he did. I said, you don't have not but one time to hurt my feelings. And I already told you that. My feelings were hurt today when you ignored me. You thought it was cute to ignore me. That's not going to happen.
But once again, you initiated the response that you got. Instead of you ignoring the man when he texts you to try to have a conversation with you, you could have picked up the phone, answered his call, and let him know that you was in your feelings and this is why. That's what grown-ups do. You talk it out. You communicate. And for you to pretty much put him on red because you felt like you was that chick and he was just going to wait around and just be at your beck and call whenever you were ready to talk to him, and because it didn't play out that way, oh, now you were in your feelings. So you literally went from you thinking you had the upper hand to now he showed you. He was the one who had the upper hand and you didn't like that. See, it's all a game to you. It's all about control with you. If you're trying to be in a healthy relationship, there's always going to be compromise. There's always going to be give and take. There's always going to have to be you trying to meet in the middle and find a common understanding on whatever the matter is. But again, you are very immature and you don't know anything about that.
He said he didn't hear his phone. He didn't see his phone. He wasn't in his truck. He was he was in somebody else's truck. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Well, there is a possibility where he didn't see my phone calls. There's a possibility. And also, I had another problem with him, which he explained to me. He made me understand. So, fine. But he's going to understand that, baby, I don't play that game. You're not playing that game with me. But yeah, I just blocked him. Now, am I wrong? Like, for real, am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. But ladies, you guys probably like, Liv, that's so immature. Liv. I don't think so, though.
For the record, yes, you were wrong. And of course, you don't think you're immature because you don't ever want to be wrong in any situation. So I do find it comical that you are asking your viewers opinion on the matter because you're going to shoot them down if they say something that you don't agree with. So girl, what is even the point of you asking what everybody thinks when you're not going to want to take the advice of somebody who is thinking differently than you?
That's true. Sometimes you cannot be on your phone when you're working, and sometimes you don't see your phone when you're working. That's why I'm agreeing to retract my block. But because usually he does call me. Usually he is texting me. Usually y'all, we FaceTime and he's driving. He drives trucks. So we're talking while he's driving. Like literally, he sets me up and we're talking. Sometimes we've talked for a whole hour while he's at work. So it's like, I understand that he possibly didn't see my phone calls. But I also understand that he can be on the phone while he's at work because he drives trucks. He's in the truck by himself. So, well, he's not in the truck by himself, but you understand what I'm saying?
So she's saying that he drives trucks. And she went from he drives in the truck by himself to, well, he's not by himself. So it's either one or two professions. Either he is a truck driver, and I know some truck driving gigs allow you to have teams. So that way, you can like rotate and take turns driving. But usually that's more so if you're over the road or a person that collects trash. Because I do know when you look at people who collect trash, there's usually two people in the truck. So, yeah.
Overthinking would drive you crazy. I'm not overthinking. Girl, I'm not, girl. We're not overthinking. We're not stressing a man. We're not overthinking a man. We're not crying over a man. Girl, we're not doing none of that ever again. I'm not designing my life like that. I have the option to design my own life and who I let in it. Do you think I'm going to be involved in a toxic relationship with a man who doesn't communicate with me, with a man who thinks that it's okay to cheat on me or thinks that he could cheat on me or he even thinks that that could be an option for him? Or I'm so serious about this shit, you guys. You can't even hurt my feelings intentionally. You can't even do that. You are going to literally treat me like the queen that I am.
Olivia, a queen does not sleep with a random guy she just met. Okay? Let's just start there. If you really value yourself, if you really are, trying to turn things around and learn from your mistakes, and you have all these demands now that you're looking at when it comes to what you're not going to put up with, sleeping with a guy as fast as you did and you do, you're not going to get those results. Because once again, you are not allowing yourself to properly vet these people to see what their character looks like. If you can't tell a person's character, and you can't determine that just off of a conversation, it takes time for you to really analyze and really see who a person is by you talking to them for longer than a week and you actually asking real questions, not surface level questions. You have to really dig deep to see who a person is because you are always being introduced by a person's representative. Always. People can tell you what you want to hear. People can, turn it on for you just so they can get what they want. How do you know if this person is toxic or not? How do you know if this person has tendencies of being a cheater or being abusive or mistreating you in any type of way or being disrespectful? How would you really know if he has these tendencies if you did not allow yourself, Olivia, to properly vet this man? And again, it goes back to you want to be treated like this queen, but you don't move like a queen. You don't. And I can guarantee you, men know the difference. They know when they are in the presence of a queen and when they are in the presence of a hood rat.
I say that to say this. You don't let a man treat you any type of way. Okay? And I'm definitely not letting I'm not letting nobody treat me no types of way. Especially my man. The person who's gonna be by my side and he's supposed to have my back through it all. You think that you're going to ever hurt my feelings? You should be scared to hurt my feelings. You should be like, oh hell no, I'm never gonna hurt my girl's feelings. Never. So yeah. But yeah.
As much as you are putting emphasis on not wanting to be hurt, which is expected because nobody wants to be hurt, but it's the fact that you put so much emphasis on it. I would think you would be moving much smarter than what you're doing because you're not moving in a way that shows that you are really trying to guard your heart. You're not moving in a way where you're not trying to end up in a situation that you ended up with in previous relationships. You're leaving yourself open to experience the same type of behavior from the same type of men. I know you try to make this guy out to be so different and so unique from the other guys you've been with, but it's really not giving, because here you are. And if you're really adamant in not repeating the same mistakes and repeating the same patterns, you got to move different yourself. You can't demand these things from these men, and yet you're still bringing the same stuff to the table. It just doesn't work that way.
I'm not playing that game. So yeah, guys, no, I'm not stressing. I'm not overthinking. Like I said, today I wasn't even. He hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings, but it's okay. I'm not sick, so I'll get over it. You know what I mean? But don't intentionally make me feel bad. That's all. That's it. I don't care how bad you don't want to talk to me. If you see me calling you, you answer that motherfucking phone, or you text me back saying, baby, we'll talk later, or I'll talk to you later, or I'll hit you back when I get home, or something. You're not gonna text me at all? Mm-mm. That's why I said, when I told him, oh, I said, because he's like, oh, he's so hard-headed and stubborn. He's like, oh, okay, so that's how you want to leave it? Oh, okay, then that's cool. I said, I told you, you only have one chance to hurt my feelings. That's it. He's like, well, baby, I didn't see it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Well, you didn't see it then. I'm going to let it slide this one time. No, actually, I'll leave it open. I'll leave the possibility, because I know at work, it's sometimes you can't see your phone, sometimes you can see your phone. So the whole work thing, fine. But he better understand that he will be blocked, and he will be kicked out of my life with the quickness if you ever try to play with me.
She said, I don't care how bad you don't want to talk to me. You need to make sure you answer the phone or text me and let me know you can't talk. But you did the same to him, though. Like, you really didn't want to talk to him, and you chose not to talk to him, and you decided to send a text later, after the fact, according to you, after he done called you and then text you. So again, for you to be having this type of energy towards him, and you're talking about, you wanting respect and you're going to give him the same respect, it's not looking like that's what you're doing. It's looking like I can treat you how I want to treat you, but you can't treat me the same. I mean, this is a pattern with you. We see it in just your behaviors in general.
I do have to call him back, because he will feel some type of way if I don't call him back, as you see, okay? You're setting your expectations, period. And it's good to do it ahead of time. You guys, also, you know what happened to me today? I'm not going to get in depth with it, but I'm going to tell you this. A man asked me for my number when I was coming back home. And you know what? This is what I did. I didn't give him my number because he didn't pass the test. And because I'm with somebody. But he was blocked. I didn't know he was going to call me again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it was a white boy, and he was really handsome and whatever.
Olivia, are you serious, girl? So you done went through this whole speech about how, you don't want anybody to disrespect you. You are healed, and, you're going about things differently because, you're trying to look out for yourself. You don't want to be hurt. You're a queen. And yet you literally are talking about entertaining another random after the fact. So you mean to tell me that the only reason why you didn't give this man your number is because he didn't pass the test? And mind you, this was your first reason for why you didn't give him your number. It wasn't because you was in a relationship, but the first reason was because he didn't pass the test. Girl, you are something else. See, the only reason why you inserted because you were with somebody and because you thought he was blocked, or because he was blocked you didn't know if he was going to call you back. The only reason why you hurried up and inserted that, because you looking very thottish out here. You mean to tell me that you met up with this Jim Bay a couple of days or a day after seeing him in the gym, you go to his place, y'all do the do. In less than 2 weeks, y'all are boyfriend, girlfriend. And now you already entertaining another dude? And it ain't even been a month since you and Jim Bay been together? Like, this is crazy to me. Because you're saying the only reason why you didn't give this man your number is because he didn't pass the test. So basically you're saying if he passed the test, you would have gave him your number, even though you're with somebody. Girl, you are so trifling.
And he asked me for my number, and I gave him the test. I gave him the whole rundown, I said, you have to answer these questions in order to get my number. Where do you work? You have kids? You got a mama? Are you in a relationship? Is this your car? Do you have a car? You have a home of your own? Yes, you have to answer all these questions in order for me to get your number. Of course, he didn't pass. I said, I'm sorry, you did not. He's like, oh, I got a red flag. I said, yeah, you got a red flag. I said, you're very handsome, and I appreciate the honesty. But nah, if you don't check all these boxes, you can't even have the number, my boy, because there's no point. I'm not wasting my time speaking to somebody who does not deserve my time. Girl, time is of the essence, okay?
Girl, the fact that you thought you was eating right here made you look even more like the clown that you are. Are you serious? So you mean to tell me you gave this man this whole list of things that he had to pass and you can't pass it yourself? You asking this man, does he work? Does he have a job? Do you have a job, Olivia? Do you have a car? Girl, what is the situation with your car? Because according to you, that's why you can no longer work at Amazon. Do you have kids? Girl, you act like you ain't got no kids. You got 5. So imagine him looking at you like you crazy because you got 5 kids and 3 of them ain't even in your custody. You talking about, do you have a home of your own? Do you? Do you have a baby mama? Girl, you got 3 baby daddies. Imagine the expression on his face when he asks you the same question. Are you in a relationship? Girl, are you kidding me? You asking a man if he's in a relationship that's trying to talk to you and you're in a whole relationship entertaining this dude? Girl, you a fool. You a complete fool. You trying so hard to make yourself look like you are so mature and so intellectual over there, and you're so put together, you're so healed, you're so all about business and being a queen. You are just the total opposite of all of those things I just said. You are out here looking crazy, girl.
Don't block him next time. Ignore his calls for a whole day. No, because I had to show him what it's like to not be able to reach me. You want to play? If he was playing about answering my phone call, you want to play about not answering my phone call. Okay, so I'm going to make me unreachable. You can't even reach me.
Girl, it sounds like the game that you called yourself playing on him, he ended up flipping that on you and played it better. Yeah, because you was all in your feelings looking real dumb when you was sitting there thinking that you one-upped him, and he literally put you in your place by not letting you feel or know or think that you can just get in contact with him whenever you choose and whenever you want. Girl, you look a fool.
But I get what you're saying. I was busy with the kids. I didn't hear the phone ring. Girl, Layla, if I said that to him, he would have a problem with that. He would have a problem with that. Sometimes they just need to learn, Liv. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I did. Today, he learned his lesson. Play with me again, you're going to get blocked again. Because I want him to understand that I will dismiss him as just as easy as I let him in my life. I will dismiss him out my life. I'm not thirsty. I'm not desperate to keep no motherfucking man. If you disrespect me, you will be dismissed. That's just all I wanted to show him with me blocking him. If he was gonna call me back, I don't even know. He could have never called me back. He could have just called me and be like, oh, fuck this bitch, she blocked me, and just never called me back. And that would have been fine too. That would have been his choice. That's why it's important for you guys. We have to set our standards, what we want and need out of a man, our expectations. We have to set that right at the door. Right at the door. And that way, if he decides to walk away, he can walk away. And girl, you ain't gonna give a fuck. You're like, okay, bye. See you later. I mean, it was good. It was real good. But, oh well, shoot. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm really curious to know what your standards actually are, Olivia. Because again, you sound good over there. What you're saying sounds good. but your actions speak very much different than what you're saying. Because it sounds to me, based off of your actions, you don't have a lot of standards at all. You saying that you're not desperate for a man, you're not thirsty, it's not showing that because of how quick you move with randoms. Like you're in and out with different randoms. But yeah, I'm very curious because your lip service is very different from what is really going on in your mental. So I'm just very curious as to what exactly are your standards when it's just you and yourself alone. What do you think about? What do you really desire out of your life? Because it's really not giving that you are all about putting yourself first, because mental health is extremely important. Being emotionally stable is very important. Being spiritually balanced is very important. So I really don't see how you have really put forth the work and the effort to get those areas within yourself in check. I don't see it. And again, I know you keep stressing the fact healed, 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 and you're trying to preach it to your followers, but it's not showing that you are a healed individual. You're very much far from it.
Yeah, no, we setting our expectations at the door. You gonna reach this? Can you reach up this high? If you can't, that's okay. Take a hike. Like, no offense. I'm not trying to be rude about it. I'm just saying, like, if you cannot reach what I want you to reach, let me know. You know. Ben will always be men at the end of the day. Period. I know, girl. I know. I know. They're a little bit. They're a little. Girl. I'm the opposite. I don't want a commitment from anyone or be in a relationship. If they catch feelings, I have to bench them. Yolanda. Girl, that's how I was feeling too. But I actually do want a relationship. I want a partnership. I want something. I want a husband. You know what I mean? I do. I do want that. I deserve that. And I want it.
See, this is an example of being emotionally unstable because you flip flop. Like, consistently, you flip flop. 1 minute, I'm not having no more kids. The next minute, I'll have a kid with Joey. 1 minute, I want to be single. I'm not trying to be in a relationship. Next minute, you meet somebody at the gym and now you're in a relationship. 1 minute, I'm not getting married. You disrespected the people who follow you by making them out to be dumb if they're married or if they're trying to get married. Now you talking about you desire to be married. Girl.
But I only want it if it's gonna be right. If it's not gonna be right, then baby, I don't want it. There's no point. What's the point if it's not gonna be 100 exactly what I want? And I already told you guys, he's been checking all the boxes. Girl, he checks one, but I know he was in his feelings last night because I didn't answer the phone. I know he was, but you need to get that together. Like, you need to check yourself, like, because you're not gonna play with me. Like I said, even if you cannot talk to me, you're gonna send that text. Even if you, because I even understand, like, sometimes we don't feel like talking to our partners. That's okay too. Like last night, I didn't feel like talking to him. I didn't. But I texted him. I was courteous. You know, I was considerate of his feelings. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's what happened today.
He checks all the boxes, but yet you was just entertaining another random.
Anyway, I'm just trying to prove to y'all. Well, not even prove to y'all. I ain't gotta prove shit. I'm just trying to show y'all that I have lived, baby. And I have learned, baby. Can I get an amen? I'm just not playing around with nobody. And nobody's playing around with me. You got that? But I love you guys, okay? Understand your self-worth, okay? Self-worth is everything. 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 And I definitely understand mine.
Girl, I see you trying so hard over there because you definitely meant to say prove. You meant to say prove. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't a slip up. You said prove because that's exactly what you're trying to do over there. You're trying to prove the people wrong. You're trying to prove me wrong and the people over here wrong. Yeah, that's exactly what you're trying to do because You are really working overtime trying to prove that you really got some self-worth over there. But girl, it's a no. Again, you did not prove that. You're still further proving that you lack self-worth in abundance, like I said before. But that wraps it up for this reaction video. It's One Love, and I'm out.